How's it going, you guys? It's Will here, back with another Jurassic Park tour review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Mattel Jurassic World Dino Rivals line. This is their Bite and Fight Tyrannosaurus Rex. So yeah, it's basically Mattel's Dino Rivals toy line. That's what they're calling the new 2019 line of their Jurassic World toys. And real quick, before I took the T-Rex out of its box, I wanted to show you guys the packaging because this packaging is a lot different, color-wise from their first Jurassic World pack toys. As you can see, the original packaging was a lot more gray. It still had, mouse side in the back exploding, trying to give it that nice fiery background, but, it had a little too much gray. Like, yes, it was meant to kind of look like a cage or another containment unit, but I don't know, the gray was really like hit and miss for me. Like, it made some figures pop, and then other times it just came across as bland. So, but I'm actually really digging the new Dino Rivals packaging. Just the coloration. They got rid of all the gray and they replaced it with, a lot of black and a lot more red and orange. Just kind of really give it a nice fiery atmosphere. So, like I said, I'm really digging the packaging here. One thing I really like is the fact they added, you can't really see it because the T-Rex is blocking it, but they added the T-Rex skeleton in that fiery orange color in the back there. That, I think, gives it a real pop because not only is the coloration catches the eye, but come on, the T-Rex skeleton, that's just iconic. Jurassic Park's logo, like I said, it's just iconic. Like, you look at the logo, you automatically know what it is. It's awesome. So yeah, I'm really digging the new coloration of the packaging. So flip it around real quick. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh yeah, one thing that I really like that Mattel is doing with this toy line is they're adding collector cards again. This is something that Kenner did back with Jurassic Park's toys back in 1993. And, I think it's cool that they're bringing that back. Here are the other toys that you can get in the line. I have yet to see this Triceratops in stores, but I have seen the Concavinator and Parasaurolophus. Massive tail strike. I don't know about that. This is showing you the biting action of this T-Rex, which is a lot different than the Thrash and Throws gimmick, which is something that I like. They may look the same at first glance, but one, paint job's obviously different, and Sculpt is similar, but there are some differences there, and we'll get into that once we get this T-Rex out of its box. Alright, so we're going to take a quick break, we're going to get this girl open, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, be right back. So here we have the Bite and Fight T-Rex out of its packaging, and your first thought is probably, wow, the coloration on this T-Rex looks really good. Because that was my first thought. When this T-Rex was first announced and when pictures of it started popping up online, I was like in real good awe because this T-Rex looked incredible. Like, the paint job was much better than the Thrash and Throw and the Extreme Chomping T-Rex. It was no longer that light brown color. This T-Rex they actually looked like they tried to make it more movie accurate. I guess Mattel got wind of the fact that other collectors were repainting their Thrash and Throw and Extreme Chomping T-Rexes to make them look more movie accurate. So Mattel, they went ahead and they totally changed up the paint for their new T-Rex. And I'm not complaining, this T-Rex looks really good. It looks a lot closer to the actual paint job of the actual T-Rex from the movie. Like, if you're trying to get a good T-Rex to depict Rexy, the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I would say this is the best bet to go with because this T-Rex looks very nice and would definitely make a good Rexy in your collection. So yeah, I would say sculpt wise, this T-Rex has a very similar sculpt to the Thrash and Throw. I would say the only place it's different is where they cut, the little seams here in order to make the T-Rex to the gimmick. Because the Thrash and Throw had like two big seams, like one here and then one at the neck, so that it can do its little gimmick. This T-Rex, I think it only has one or two, one here and then one here, so you can get the head to rotate a little bit. And then the tail is also sculpted differently because it has to have the little cuts in it so it can do the tail whipping action. Speaking of which, I guess I'll show you articulation now. So you saw what the head can do. Arms can go in and out. The legs actually don't have much articulation. Like, they go out a little bit, but they actually don't move. Maybe it's just mine, but they actually don't rotate, which is good because that helps with balance. These ankle joints down here, they're really stiff. So this T-Rex actually has better balance than the thrash and throw. At least that's what I think. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and show you guys the gimmick. I mean, you saw the bite one already. So there are two buttons on the, oops, sorry. There are two buttons on this T-Rex's back. One in the front, one in the back there. The one in the front controls the biting gimmick. And the one in the back, of course, controls the tail striking. Which, the tail strike one's a little stiff. At least the one on mine is. You really gotta force it down. The bite gimmick, though, works like a charm. Speaking of the gimmick, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's definitely cool. But I would say what I would want is kind of like a reverse of the thrash throws gimmick. Like, I wish this T-Rex would bite down and then you could shake it around. That kind of rhymed. But no, that's what I would wish. That's way, you know, your Carnotaurus can get his. You know, have it bite down and then you can shake it around. That would be really cool. But this gimmick, I don't know. I don't think you can really get it to strike anything. Or maybe the Carnotaurus is just too big. I don't know. And then the tail striking. So I guess now we'll go ahead with the comparison with the thrash and throw T-Rex. So right here we have the bite and fight T-Rex with its counterpart, the thrash and throw T-Rex. And as you can see, the sculpt is very, very similar. Especially if you close the mouth on this one, the sculpt looks very, very similar. You can definitely tell they're definitely inspired by each other. As you can see, there are the seams that I was talking about on the thrash and throw. And then you see the seams over there on the bite and fight. That is really the only difference in their sculpting. And of course, you know the tail. This one has no cuts in it at all because it doesn't move. Oh, I think it's important to mention that the thrash and throw T-Rex has electronics, like, you know, does the roars and the stomping sound effects, while the bite and fight T-Rex is not electronic. I think that was pretty important to mention. Also, one more thing that I want to point out is look at the tongue on the bite and fight T-Rex. The tongue actually looks wet. It looks like it has taste buds in it. Like, that looks really good. Then we come over here to the thrash and throw. Come here. Don't fall over. It just looks like plastic. It doesn't have the same details that the bite and fight has. It just looks like red plastic. Looks pretty dull. So yeah, that's the comparison with these two there. Of course, we all know the gimmick for the thrash and throw with thrash things around and bite down. Well, it's not doing it right now because I can't do it with one hand. So when it comes to getting this T-Rex or the thrash and throw T-Rex, I don't know. I have mixed feelings because one, if you want a T-Rex for just for display purposes that has a real good paint job and color scheme, then I would say go with the bite and fight T-Rex. This one looks really good on display. For me, this is my definitive Rexy in my collection. This is my definitive Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This is my definitive T-Rex for, those movies. But as an actual toy, something that kids are gonna want to play around with, I don't know, the bite gimmick for me, I don't know, it just seems a little awkward because it just turns to the side like that. I would say gimmick-wise, the thrash and throws gimmick is a little bit more fun because you can, thrash around your toys. Which is what kids are going to want to do with, their human figures or maybe bite down on their other dinosaur figures. Like, I'm pretty sure if you had, smaller figures, this T-Rex would actually be able to kind of land something, but I don't know. I just wish that it would bite down and then would shake, because that would make more sense, for, the actual gimmick of, having this T-Rex attack your other toys. But I would say, the paint job and the detail on this figure more than makes up for that because it looks incredible. It's a good display piece. It looks like a maquette. It looks like a Stan Winston maquette. I'm not gonna lie. So alright you guys, this has been the review for the new Mattel Dino Rivals. This is their Bite and Fight Tyrannosaurus Rex. This guy retails at $29.99, but if you can get it at Target this week, the week of this video, if you can, I believe they're on sale at Target this week. but regular retail price for this guy is $29.99. It's cheaper than the Thrash and Throw because, you know, this one doesn't have electronics. The Thrash and Throw, I think, was like $40 when it came out, $39.99. So I would say you're getting a better deal with, you know, this guy because he's just as big, just as gorgeous of a sculpt, better paint job, just no electronics. But damn, look at that shot right there. That could be a thumbnail. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. But, wow. Like, seriously, they did a real good job with the paint job on this T-Rex. That alone, I think, gives it a good 5 out of 5. So, alright, guys. I'll see you in the next Jurassic Park review or Godzilla review. We don't know yet, but I'll be sure to see you guys soon. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching.